number 24, defender Connor Donovan. Wearing number 4, defender Lee Desmond. In the midfield, number 8, Rodrigo Lopez. In the midfield, number 96, Luis Felipe. A forward, number 11, Emil Cuello. And forward, number 42, Douglas Martinez. A forward, number 47, Diadem Navia. And forward, number 17, Luther Acamides. Sacramento FC. Republic FC is coached by head coach Mark Briggs. Referees for tonight's contest are referee Elton Garcia, assistant referee Ricardo Ocampo, assistant referee Francisco Bermudez, and fourth official Edgar Garcia.
And good evening, and welcome to Edinburgh. We're at the southern tip of Texas to bring you exciting USL Championship soccer. Tonight, the Rio Grande Valley Toros take on the Sacramento Republic. And how do you do? I'm Mark May with Brian Smith, coming to you from beautiful HEB Park. It's Bark at the Park night. You can see a lot of excited canines ready to watch some exciting soccer action here on ESPN+. And Brian, tell us about our players to watch tonight.
A little bit of Lopez on both sides. That's a familiar face for Toros fans. Rodrigo Lopez, now a member of the Sacramento Republic. He is that engine in the midfield, a very experienced, very crafty midfielder, part of that huge run for the Toros last season, now trying to ink himself into the history books there for the Sacramento Republic. And on the other side, Frank Lopez for the Toros. If there has been a guy that has been money on the pitch offensively for the Toros, it's Frank Lopez. He is crafty, he is quick, and he's just got a nose for scoring goals. Toros, I hope he can do just that this evening, put them back on the winning side.
Yeah, he's got 5 goals in all competitions this year to lead Toros scoring. How about our starting lineup?
A lot of the same on both sides in this one. There's a good look at Sacramento. A couple of guys to keep your eye on there, Cuello, Martinez, and Vader. Vader made Team of the Week. We'll talk about that during halftime across the USL. On the other side for the Toros, their lineup looks a little bit like this. One small change in the lineup for the Toros, as you are going to see Duilio Herrera gets the start in the midfield in place of Borchek tonight. But a lot of players still trying to ink themselves into that starting lineup. Tyler Derrick back in goal.
Yeah, and Herrera only 17 years old, so it'll be interesting to see what he does with that opportunity.
Take a look at your keys to the game in this one. For the Toros, it's about capitalizing on given chances. It's one thing that Coach Wilmer Cabrera has talked about at length here in the early going. It's a team that's getting some good scoring opportunities. What they're not able to do quite is finish in that final third. So when they get those chances, capitalize, get the goals, put yourself in a better position. This is the Toros team that plays really well from out ahead. They struggle when they're chasing from behind. On the other side, for the Sacramento Republic, success on the offensive end. Again, another team coming into this USL Championship matchup that gets some scoring opportunities, but they need to finish at the net. If they can find some early success, give themselves a little bit of a lead early on, it takes a lot of pressure off that midfield, allows them to pass the ball a little more smoothly. When you do that, you'll find some success.
All right, the officials coming out. We're just moments away from kickoff, and we'll be back in a moment. You're watching the USL Championship on ESPN+.
When we said Reliant offers free flex days, we had something a little different in mind. Get the flexibility of free electricity on your 2 highest use days every week with the Reliant Truly Free Flex Days plan. That's up to 8 free days a month. So go on. What are you waiting for? We'll even upgrade your plan to solar. On us. Reliant. That's power. Your way.
DHR Health is now safer than ever and continues to remain focused on one thing: providing exceptional care to our patients and community. No other hospital is trying harder to keep you safe. We're taking every action to ensure your safety with enhanced precautions, including 3 off-site COVID-19 units. Your health should never wait. Don't delay your health care. There is no reason to. Schedule your appointment today. DHR Health. For you, for life.
Why choose Lone Star National Bank for your business? Because no other bank does more to support local businesses. In fact, we are the #1 lender in the Valley to small businesses. We put money to work here in our community.
That helps our local businesses grow, creating more jobs
and more opportunities for all of us.
Working together.
We do what the little banks can't and the big banks won't. Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's bank.
And we're back here at HEB Park, Bark at the Park night. You can see the Texas flag there with the orange Toros colors in it, and some of the canines getting to meet the Toros players. There's Isidro Martinez with his pet pooch right there, and then Rodrigo Lopez, the former Toro, coming off the pitch as well. And we're just a few moments away from kickoff. The series between these two has been dominated by Sacramento. This will be the 10th meeting of the two clubs, and Sacramento's won 5 of them, lost only once, and there are 3 draws. If the Toros are going to pull out a win tonight, they're going to need a big show from the man we saw a moment ago with the blonde locks, and that was Frank Lopez.
That's been the key for the Toros all season long. When Frank Lopez is really on his best, he's able to really weave through that back line defensively, put himself in a spot where he can receive really good crosses. And when he gets a good cross, he has an innate ability to finish. Talking pregame about it, he's like a bank money inside of 10 feet, but you've got to get it to him, and that's where the Toros have really struggled, is finding him inside of 10 feet.
Yeah, if they can get him the ball, it'll certainly pay dividends, won't it?
It certainly will.
To continue the financial analogy, we saw the 2 captains there, Rodrigo Lopez for Sacramento and Juan David Cabezas, the midfielder from Colombia, for the Toros tonight. And there we see Lopez, the man we were just talking about, the leading goal scorer with 5 in all competitions, has 4 in USL play, and then 1 more in the U.S. Open Cup, which came to a close for the Toros this past week as they played their former parent club, Houston Dynamo, on the road. Played them really tough. It was 1-1, but lost on a 93rd minute last-moment goal, losing 2-1 to get knocked out of the U.S. Open Cup. And there we'll see Tyler Derrick will be drawing the start in goal tonight. He picked up the shutout win over the New York Red Bulls 2 last Saturday and has 2 clean sheets in 2 games played. Not too bad. And we're underway here at HEB Park. And we've got the Sacramento Republic in the white kits with the maroon shorts, and the Rio Grande Valley Toros countering with the blue jerseys and the white shorts. Sacramento off first. Sacramento unbeaten in their last 3 matches, 2 wins and a draw. And for the Toros, they snapped a 3-game slide last week with that win over New York Red Bulls 2. That was a 1-0 victory on the road. Frank Lopez with the game winner in the 66th minute in that one. Here's Lopez coming in, putting a little bit of pressure on the Sacramento goalkeeper. That's Daniel Vitello. Sacramento has 2 good keepers, Carlos Saldana on the bench tonight, and Vitello is the other one who draws the start tonight. Both came in with 7 saves this season, and both have 3 games played. There we got a collision between 2 players, and 2 players shaken up there at midfield. 1 on each team. Looks like Luther Archimedes from Guadalupe in the Caribbean shaken up, and also one of the Toro players.
Yeah, it looked like both went up to try to put a head on that little bit of an errant pass that was close to going out. And you hate to see it, but when you both leave your feet at the same time and you end up noggin to noggin on top of that ball, there's one thing that doesn't give. Look, that was Juan David Cabezas who got the worst of it for the Toros. There's another look right here. See, both guys' eyes locked on that ball, and those craniums just don't give. When they come in contact with each other, you both are going to feel it, and they both need a minute just to catch their breath, go through concussion protocols, it looks like, with Cabezas right now.
Yeah, I've suffered a similar type injury in my limited playing days, and it feels like someone hit you with a hammer right in the forehead. I mean, it really knocks you cold for at least a moment. And you can see both players will actually step off the pitch for a moment. You can see no hard feelings there. They both have been through those kinds of wars before. Cabezas from Cali, Colombia, and Archimedes, we mentioned, is from the Caribbean. One of a couple of players they have from the Caribbean on this Sacramento team. In fact, Sacramento has players from 12 different countries represented. The Toros have players from 7 different nations. You see that, and that's not unusual either. You see that on a lot of USL rosters, kind of a international flavor. As we see a pass from Icaza, was trying to get it to Lopez. And it was good defending there by the Sacramento Republic.
That was a great time of just stepping in by Isidro Martinez. That ball was a little sloppily played, and Martinez just slips in and tried to squeeze that through to Lopez. Just could not get it through that back line of Sacramento.
as Duke LaCroix was the one who was able to break it up. There we saw a long pass intended for Archimedes. Couldn't quite get onto it. It's going to be a goal kick. Archimedes, tall, 6'2", 183 pounds. You saw he had a long stride there for a moment, forcing Tyler Derrick out of his net. Derrick, 33 years old, out of Houston. Played 28 games last year, had 6 shutouts. Has played only 2 games so far this year as Coach Cabrera has leaned more toward Colin Miller. But Derrick has been aces in both those games played, has had 2 clean sheets. Cedro Martino, actually that's Icaza with it right there. And this pass looks like it's going to go out. This will be a turnover. Kind of a miscommunication there on the Toros, and this will be Sacramento ball.
Trying to flip the field there, but flipped it just a little too hard. It's going to put Sacramento in a really good spot to get restarted.
Goes into Rodriguez, the former Toro player. Will send it back to his teammate Donovan, and Donovan will play it back to his keeper. Something interesting about these two teams and the states they represent, Brian. I'm a big history buff, and both California and Texas at one time in their history have been independent sovereign nations. Didn't last very long for California. It was about 25 days during the Mexican War. They revolted against Mexico, declared their independence, and then the U.S. forces came in and said, well, no, not so fast. And then for Texas, they lasted about almost 10 years as a republic.
Kind of fitting to end up with 2 clubs coming
Yep.
out of nations that have that independent spirit about them.
So here in the 5th minute, Sacramento trying to build up. Nice pass forward. This will be sent into the middle. It's deflected near the net, but goes over. I think it was actually one of the Toro defenders who may have gotten his foot on the ball. We'll see this again.
Looking for Archimedes as they try to slip that in. And you want to talk about just perfect timing there. Toro gets his heel up and deflects that away. You see Archimedes puts his hands on his head. That was placed beautifully for him to drive had it not been deflected away.
That was Emil Cuello out of Argentina who crossed that through for Sacramento. Nice touch on the ball by him, but as you pointed out, Martinez getting the foot on it to break it up for the Toros. So no score yet here in the opening minutes at HEB Park. And now we've got a foul called. This will be a free kick here for Sacramento. First of the game.
It's going to go against Akwe for the Toros. Came in and tried to establish position, but ends up just kind of mixed up with the legs there of Lopez.
We saw Lopez taking the free kick there. That was something he did for the Toros much of last year. We see that continuing here, the early going with Sacramento. Here's Frank Lopez with an opportunity. Lopez guarded by Donovan. Forced to turn around. Gets to Martinez. He'll cross it through. Keeper stays home. Deflected on net and save made. Nice build up there by the home team. It was Milesevic from Montenegro was able to get his header on net, but an easy save there for the keeper Vitello.
Yeah, pretty good cross to get that to Milesevic in a spot where he could put a head on it. But read out even better by Vitello. He watched that pass come all the way across. And again, take a look right here. Martinez, a really nice cross here. Vitello reads it perfectly, though. Cuts the angle down, standing right there where he needs to be on that header.
Long pass intercepted by the Toros, and they'll renew their attack. David Cabezas sends it downfield, a little bit too far, intended for Lopez. And the ball ricochets back to the keeper, Vitello. Vitello is from Massapequa, New York, just 26 years old. Long pass here. This is intended for one of their defenders, and it's going to go out of play.
So Tyler Derrick getting a little bit of a test here in the early going. As you're going to look at Wilmer Cabrera calling out to his team the formation he needs to see them in to take some of this pressure off, as Sacramento Republic has been the aggressor here in the early going. Had a couple of really good looks down the field, just haven't been able to get something built in the box. And there we see Icaza out of St. Petersburg, Florida.
Came to the Toros about September last year and was a real good spark plug from them after he had started last year with Austin Bold. There the ball played back by Viator, and it works its way to Donovan. Donovan getting it forward. Now played forward by Cuello. Cuello, the Argentine player, gets a nice little give and go there, and Cuello with a chance here, trying to cut inside. Too many Toros there, and he'll go down in a heap. I think this will be a free kick now for the Toros.
Yeah, Cuello just doing everything he can to dribble through contact. I mean, look at it right here. Does a great job of dribbling. A lot of Toro kits around him. Still finds his way to squeeze through, but gets a little too aggressive there with Cabezas. Ends up drawing the foul and the restart for the Toros.
I'm going to guess he grew up a Maradona fan. You've seen the aggression there, trying to beat multiple defenders. You see that style there. Free kick will be played by Derek. Goes all the way to the attacking third for the Toros. This is Lopez now into open space. Milesovic will send it into the box, and Lopez was trying to get there, but the center back was able to clear it into safety. I think that was LaCroix.
That is a long give and go, and it almost worked out beautifully for the Toros. Milesovic not afraid to put that long cross over there.
And correct myself, actually Lee Desmond out of Ireland is the center back who sent that into safety. Good defensive play. Toros with the throw in. It goes to Milesovic, trying to work his way around LaCroix, and LaCroix wins that battle. Acque will keep it in the Toros' possession. David Cabezas will reverse the attack. So I'll cross it over to the left side, trying to find a matchup that favors them. The ball cleared out once again by Desmond. You see teams do that a lot, don't you? They'll try the right side, then they'll reverse to the left, or vice versa.
It's definitely a strategy, and it tends to work pretty well to the favor, because if you allow the defense to keep getting stretched out, not knowing which direction you're going to come from, and you stretch it left, and you stretch it right, stretch that defense out, it gives you more room to operate in the middle. And with two teams that are struggling to get good shots on goal, that's exactly what you want. You want some opportunities in the middle. That's where the net is the widest. That's where your opportunities are the strongest.
Yeah, both teams have had trouble finding the net this year. The Toros with 5 goals in 6 matches. Sacramento with 8 goals in 4 matches, or excuse me, 5 matches. You see Lopez sent that through, and smothering it was Vitello. Vitello came in with 7 saves, has been fairly active here tonight. And there we see Lopez. Lopez has had his share of touches early on as well. LaCroix will send this upfield. Now they're trying to get it down for Douglas Martinez, and Derek comes all the way out of his box to make sure that Martinez won't get on top of that. Martinez, the leading goal scorer on this Sacramento club.
That was read beautifully by Tyler Derek, and we talked about it last season. We've talked about it this season as well. He's a keeper that's not afraid to get in there and mix it up. You love that of a keeper that's going to take control, that's going to come out and make sure that nothing is left up to chance.
Yeah, that can pay dividends for a keeper later on, too, because maybe later on in the game you decide not to come out when there's a tight situation. The opposing player is going to be thinking about it and at least have to look up and find out, is he coming out or not? So even if you sometimes at least come out, you can still have it work in your favor even when you don't. 13th minute now, no score. Sacramento has had the strongest opportunity so far. The near miss by Archimedes. It's LaCroix with it. And now we've got a free kick awarded to Sacramento Republic.
And that may be a duel to keep an eye on. Cabezas and Archimedes, they have been mixed up a couple times in this one. No easy passes coming between those two.
Sacramento, the capital of California. and once known as the Bear Republic, which we referred to earlier. They had the month-long stint. And you see that history reflected in their team name. As David Cabezas passes it upfield, it ricochets back to him, and now they get it to Isidro Martinez. Martinez out of Brownsville, only about 60 miles from where we are in Edinburgh, and here's an opportunity for the Toros. Into the box, it's cleared out by Donovan. Lopez was there, and also one of his teammates were sitting there, Johnny on the spot, ready to deflect that on net. Toros have to be feeling confident with what the looks that they've been able to generate so far. Milesevic getting the cross and coming out as Vitello to intercept that. Boy, Milesevic had nothing to work with there. The man all over him and still able to get that ball on top of the 6-yard box.
That's exactly something Coach Cabrera wants to see out of his players, and especially Milesevic, making something out of nothing. Because anytime you make something happen, you force that defense to come out and try to challenge, and they're going to make a mistake at some point, and mistakes by your opponent tend to lead to good opportunities for you. So if you take something that's not even remotely a possibility and can make something out of it, that's only going to make your chances better and better.
See LaCroix there with the throw-in, gets the give and go. Played his college ball at the University of Pennsylvania, originally from New Jersey. Ball goes out of play, and it'll be a Toros kick. Toros coming in at 2 wins and 4 losses. They have 6 points. Snapped a 3-game losing streak last week in the 1-0 win over New York Red Bulls 2. And for Sacramento, they are 3-1-1. They have 10 points right now and have a game in hand vis-a-vis the Toros. And Sacramento a chance to really make a bit of a run here. As we see Viator pass it up to Martinez, and the Toros will kick it out. And by that I mean up in the standings, because they came in at 3-1-1, unbeaten in their last 3 games entering tonight. If they can get a result tonight, they go back home for 3 of the next 4. And a chance to really start to make something happen.
It's been a spectacular start to the year for Sacramento, and they've played exceptionally well at home. So getting out of this road trip and getting back home to where they've not picked up a loss yet this year only bodes well for them as they continue into the month of May.
You're right. Yeah, Republic are 3-0 at home, have not won on the road yet in 2 tries, or 0-1-1. And the Toros have not exactly shined at home. They've won only 1 out of 3 matches, losing the other 2. Here's Frank Lopez settling underneath it. Finds Icaza. Icaza is going to reverse to the left side. They've got some space to work with. Sacramento closes on that quickly. And Sacramento trying to get back possession now. Aquay is going to be forced to play it back to Derek. Derek had some pressure coming in on him. Lopez with the header. It was headed forward by Martinez. Player for Sacramento goes down. Referee standing right there. Plays on. Now Lopez with it. Lopez, the leading goal scorer for this Toros team. Find Icaza. And Icaza is upended. This will be a Toros free kick.
A lot of physicality on both sides coming up and down the pitch that time. Look at Icaza. Pretty good job of slowing this ball down right on the line, and then just has his lead foot taken out from under him.
Yeah, that was Luis Felipe.
Trying to make the argument that he made a play on the ball. I think the replay shows that there was a little more contact with Icaza than there was ball in that case.
Yeah, Felipe out of New York, 6'2" midfielder. You saw him protest his innocence there for a moment. So Toros reverse this to the left. They'll attack on that side. They're going to chip it, but nobody running toward the net. And it'll be an easy pickup there for Vitello. Might have been a bit of a miscommunication there, as it looked like they were chipping it in anticipation of players running forward, but no one came forward for the Toros. Goes all the way back to Derek. Derek is a veteran of Major League Soccer. Played 90 games with Houston Dynamo. And, of course, played all last season with the Toros. 28 games we mentioned. And then making his third appearance here tonight for the Toros.
He is a cagey veteran in the net. You're not going to find a much better, just fundamentally strong keeper than Tyler Derek. Does a nice job of communicating with his defenders, communicating with the midfield. He reads the ball really well off the foot, and that pays huge dividends.
And we've got 2 players down. Then we're going to see the a booking might result here. So they're going to call the trainer out onto the pitch. We'll see it again here.
LaCroix coming in. Oh, he came in, spikes up right at Milesevic. Another look at the angle here, LaCroix. I don't think he saw Milesevic. He's trying to get his foot up there to play on it, and I mean spikes right into the core of Milesevic.
Yeah, you can see LaCroix got shaken up too, although he's up now. And might actually count himself fortunate to have only a yellow.
Yeah. Well, especially when you come in spikes up, there are a few things that referees take more seriously than a player coming in spikes up, especially against someone like Milesevic, who doesn't really even have an opportunity to try to deflect that because he's already committed to playing the ball. When your spikes up right at your chest, really, really bad things can happen in that situation.
So LaCroix, as we mentioned, getting booked. I believe that's his first yellow this season. 5'10", 152-pound defender. Has 1 goal scored this season for the Republic. And Milesevic out of Montenegro looks like he might be okay. Sure, it knocked the wind out of him. And quite balmy tonight out there as well. Even though it's only April, we're at the southern tip of Texas, only about 10 miles north of the border with Mexico. And it's very hot.
Now, we've already had a couple 100-degree days in the month of April.
And we'll have more this summer.
Not quite that balmy here on a beautiful Saturday evening. Temperature at kickoff, 78, feels like 91.
Oh, this will be Martinez to take the kick. Going to send this, powers it into the net. Vitello punches it out. Had a crowd all around him and elected to punch it rather than try to catch that. And Martinez is upended. The ball goes out of play. Last touch by the Toros. That was a nice kick there by Martinez.
He placed that really well. Pretty good job there working with his feet by Martinez to kind of olay that around to put himself on a spot before Vasquez sends it away.
A crossover now by Sacramento, going from left over to the right side. They're forced to play it back to their back line. Trying to work it ahead to Felipe. Goes through his foot. And off Felipe's foot again. The Toros now gain control. An attack opportunity here for the Toros here midway first half. Oh, ball stolen. That's Archimedes with the steal. And he'll get it to the foot of Lopez. Long pass left side. Milesevic is able to head that one. In a battle with LaCroix there. It goes out of play. It'll be a throw in for Sacramento. Onto the foot of Desmond. And now LaCroix. Trying to find some space. Popped up in the air. Taken down by the forward, Cuello. And Cuello is able to win a free kick for his club. That'll be the third foul this evening on the Toros. Cuello, just 25 years old, out of Argentina. You see Lopez standing over it. And Lopez has quite a strong kick, surprisingly so for a 34-year-old, doesn't he?
And extremely accurate. We saw it last season with the Toros, and you're getting a look at it right here. A lot of players will have a tremendous amount of build-up before taking these kicks, but look at Lopez just right off of the ball, so he can drive that with his toe and drive it with some authority.
Well, it's going to be taken instead by his teammate. No avail there, but Sacramento will get a throw in.
And deflected off of a Toro.
Stolen by Icaza, and he'll send it upfield, but this is intercepted by Sacramento to the foot of LaCroix. Now Toro's trying to get out of danger here. Zisqueo. Now goes to the right side. Jake Martinez inside. Derek got a piece of it, but it goes all the way through the box. Nobody there for Sacramento to punch that one home. And the ball squirts all the way up to midfield. And trying to get it ahead to Lopez was the youngster, Herrera. Herrera, only 17 years old, but shows a lot of moxie when he's out there on the pitch.
He was one of those players coming up from the Toros Academy that Coach Cabrera said he's got the kind of talent that you just can't overlook. And you see it there, not afraid to get in the mix.
Lopez, I think might have been trying to shoot there, but a little bit off balance. Goes out of play harmlessly. He did have Herrera there to his left, and he also had Martinez over there.
It looks like he tries to turn on this ball. His foot slips, and so you see it ends up coming off the inside side of his foot rather than being able to come off the end of that toe. That's why it was significantly wide left, but also didn't have a whole lot of punch on it.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he almost saw Herrera out of the corner of his eye and changed his mind and tried to make it a pass at the last moment. But either way, Sacramento ball in the 26th minute here, no score. The Republic has had the better opportunities early on. This ball is going to be played all the way back to Vitello. And now to Desmond. Donovan will chip it forward. Donovan's out of North Carolina. I see Martinez in a battle there with Frank Nodarcy. Nodarcy, a lanky player at over 6 feet tall. Very versatile, has played defender, has also played forward for the Toros, playing defense tonight.
Again, another Toro gets upended in traffic.
That's the captain once again.
Cabezas once again. Looked like when he went to plant his foot as he was skipping through the defenders, feet got tied up. Get another look right here. Yeah, he kind of steps on the foot of Felipe there. I don't know if you've ever stepped on something awkwardly, but it doesn't feel nice.
Yeah, you feel your ankle roll. And a most unpleasant sensation. And the worst part is it usually happens early on in a sporting activity, and you have no choice but to continue. Viator bringing it forward. Viator just got his first goal last week. Send it over to the right side. Now as they tried to get it to Lopez, and it's stolen back by the Toros. They go into Lopez now. Frank Lopez with acres of space to work with. Going up against Desmond. Desmond able to block that one out of play. It'll be a throw in for the Toros.
Pretty good spot in their attacking third, though, on that deflection for the Toros.
And Desmond, 27 years old, out of Ireland.
And a really good pass by Herrera to set this up. Lopez has to knock it down and come back to play it. Gives him a chance to catch his breath and come right back forward and take a look right here. If that wasn't cut off quickly off the foot of Desmond. Lopez was in a good spot for a cross.
Martinez sends that into Ikaza, who was trying to return to Martinez, but Martinez upended. Seen several Toros knocked down with hard tackles tonight. The Sacramento team, not a team afraid to mix it up a bit. They came in averaging almost 16 fouls per game. You see in the replay as Martinez tripped over Lopez. Rodrigo Lopez. Rodrigo Lopez, 34 years young, out of Mexico, has already been on the USL Teams of the Week for Week 1 and Week 4. We'll announce Week 6 this evening. But nice to see the older guy still being very productive here at this point in his career.
A little bit of a scrum breaking out in the line there between the Toros and Sacramento. Looked like Akwe was trying to get some space to operate, bumped someone. Words exchanged. Referee will come over and break that up.
Martinez runs by it. Ikaza will take the kick. It's low on the ground. Popped up in the air. Lopez trying to keep it from going out, but ultimately concedes the corner.
First corner we've seen on either side in this one. Isidro Martinez is going to take it. Chance for the Toros to get lined up once again here and draw something off the corner.
Martinez played his college ball right here in Edinburgh, University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley. Did not play for the Toros last year, played for them 2 years ago. So we see this is going to be a free kick now for Sacramento. Then he played for New Mexico United last year and came back to the Rio Grande Valley this year. Oh, here's a nice steal by Milesovic. Inside to Hedetta. Hedetta had the ball booted off his feet. Sacramento able to come back with it. So Donovan plays it back to Lopez, who sends it to the right side. Kept from going out by Sosa. Felipe will pop it forward. And the Toros will concede possession there, giving them a chance to bring some numbers back on defense, and Sacramento will bring some numbers forward. 32nd minute here in the first half. Defenses reigned supreme early on. Vitella will rifle this one over to his teammate Sosa. Sosa's out of the Congo, 31 years old. Sends it deep downfield. It eventually goes out off of a Toros player. That's Cabezas. And now Martinez will throw it in for Sacramento. This is Felipe. Chip it into the box. Akwe got a flick on there. And that may have saved the Toros from some kind of opportunity for Sacramento, although it'll be a corner kick now for the Republic. You can see it's windy tonight with the wind favoring Sacramento here in this first half.
And Akwe just gets a little bit of forehead on that. Able to deflect it wide. Big turnout there for the Toros because that was placed beautifully.
Viotter chips this one into the box, trying to get it over the bar. But Derek was there. And this will be a goal kick here for the Toros. And Derek shaken up just a bit.
He came down really awkwardly, and I think he landed back first on that crossbar. Getting a look right here. Nice leap. Yeah, he just comes down right on the crossbar.
You see Viotter's chip once again.
I mean, that was chipped really well. That was within a couple of inches of maybe scooping itself into the net. Undervalued on that was the play by Tyler Derrick of reading that all the way at the last moment, jumping just to be sure that wasn't going to sneak in.
Archimede was the one who got the redirect there on net that nearly beat Derrick. It's twice tonight we've seen Archimede be in a strong goal-scoring position. So Sacramento ball. Nice move there by Desmond to get around Frank Lopez. And the Republic will be able to run it forward here on the right side. That's Sosa with it. Sosa had his pass blocked. Sacramento able to recover possession, however. Now Donovan. Donovan is from North Carolina. Will slide it forward across the half line. You can hear some of the dogs barking here. Big shot there by Felipe. It's going to be too high. It'll go over the bar.
Again, we're seeing it. Sacramento Republic has the advantage as far as pace of play. They are really pushing it. They're getting some good opportunities. That, again, was driven really well. Perhaps carried a little bit in the wind that we talked about earlier. The Republic not afraid to make some really good strikes, and they are putting to test Tyler Derrick here in the early going.
You can see Derrick's kick there kind of dying in the wind a little bit. Those usually go a little deeper. This will be a Sacramento ball. Played back to Vitello. Sacramento, by the way, during the week, they were one of the few USL teams to win in their U.S. Open Cup action. They beat Central Valley, which is a USL League One squad, by a 2-1 score. Got a goal from Dan Casey, their defender, was followed by a last-minute winner from Rodrigo Lopez. And it pushes the Republic into the fourth round. I think only 2 teams won, Detroit City being the other one. We see a Toro player shaken up here.
That's Vasquez.
It's going to be foul number 5 in this first half on the Republic. 10 minutes and change remaining in the first half. Chance here. Martinez trying to get around. Able to get the shot, but it's too wide. That was good hustle there by Douglas Martinez, who came in with 2 goals this season. He's out of Honduras. Leads the team, or has 7 shots coming into tonight, which is second on the team.
Kind of love the effort here. No Darce just a little bit slow to come out and try to attack on that ball. And Martinez says, well, if you don't want it, I'll take it. Mm-hmm. And very nearly puts that back across the face of the net.
Yeah, went from no opportunity to a decent look there for Martinez. Viotter with it. Viotter will chip it to the box. Oh, and just missed there. A golden opportunity by Sacramento. The ball was chipped, I think, by Archimedes at the last moment here.
And who was waiting around to perhaps put that in? Douglas Martinez. I think it came off of No Darce, actually, that got in and put a little bit of head on that.
Yeah, we were just getting on him a little bit, but yeah, No Darce with the one saving a potential goal right there. Here's another chip into the box. Archimedes gets a little bit of a header on that one, but an easy save for Derrick. Oh, and now a collision. 2 players running into Derrick. You can see the card is out already. Archimedes trying to argue that this was not intentional, but hasn't given the yellow yet, but he is calling for the trainer.
Looks like that's Douglas Martinez that's down. Take another look here. There's the chip coming across. Archimedes going to get a little head on that. Right to Tyler Derrick. Now he picks it up and immediately sprints forward to try to make something happen here. And seeing Archimedes and Douglas can both see him there. That's not a matter of, oh, we didn't see Tyler Derrick coming.
Yeah, you could clearly see there that Archimedes did see what Derrick was doing and did make a move to try to impede him.
As they check out Martinez, who was very slow to get up after all that contact, got kind of whipped around.
Yeah, I haven't been able to tell which Republic player this is.
Our 50-50 is now up to $335.
38th minute here. We'll have some time added on to the end of the first half. Oh, and we're being told it's Martinez. Douglas Martinez is the injured player that they're looking at. It's a forward out of Honduras, 24 years old. And there we see the 33-year-old Derrick. Well, on Bark at the Park night, it looks like the offense for both teams, as we see Martinez getting the yellow, has been all bark and no bite so far, hasn't it? Both teams getting some opportunities, but no one able to find the back of the net.
A little insult to injury, no pun intended, for Martinez, as he's brought back up to his feet and then immediately gifted with the yellow. I think you've seen defensively on both sides just a really strong performance here in the first half. Both teams kind of in a bit of a bend, don't break. They're allowing the offenses to really move with quite a bit of freedom up and down the pitch. But what they're doing a really nice job of is locking down when they get into that box. There's not been any really clean passes, not any really good opportunities built in the box. So they've kind of given way 60 yards in the middle. You can do what you want there. But once you get into the red zone, as we may call it, not a lot is going to happen within there. Both defenses really locking down tight.
I see free kick here for Derek. You see just a fierce wind blowing right into his face there. Wants to keep this on the ground. See Kaza with it. Will reverse the direction. It'll come over to Akwe. Akwe out of Ghana. Send it forward to Edeta, who's from right here in Edinburgh. Ikaza is cut off. Toros trying to take their time in this build-up here. Keeping the ball moving, trying to keep the defense moving, and looking for a little bit of a seam that they can exploit. And they'll try something here. They're going to send it to the corner. Two Toros running onto it, but neither able to keep it from going out of play. And this will be Republic ball. It'll be Sosa bringing it up. Both these teams competing in Group West. The league reconfiguring the 27 teams this year. 14 teams in Group East and 13 in Group West. Last year there was 4 divisions. Akwe will send this into the box. It's headed out. Kaza trying to control it. Lopez able to settle it and punch it forward. Good move there by Sosa. Cuello trying to return it to him, but the ball knocked down. Good defensive play by Jesus Vasquez. Now Cabezas, the captain for the Toros. Send it way downfield. Lopez running onto this one. 3 defenders hustle back. Lopez makes a move. And here's a shot. It's going to be over the bar. That was Cabezas running up from his center back position to try to put that one home.
That was probably the best build-up for the Toros all game thus far. Frank Lopez did a spectacular job of staying on side of the long pass. Once he had the ball at his feet, dreams it back in toward the center. Lays it off beautifully for Cabezas. He just floats that. A good opportunity right there for the Toros.
Back comes the Republic. So Cuello recovers the ball, and we've got a Toros player shaken up, I believe. So Cuello's attempted pass went off the face of one of the Toro players.
It's the Captain Cabezas as he took that one right to the dome. Remember, Cabezas got a little shaken up earlier on, so a little head-to-head contact. So you're going to keep a real close eye. Oh, yeah, he took that just right off the front of his face.
You know, sometimes players who wear contact lenses, and I don't know if Cabezas does or not, but you can actually have the ball hit you hard enough in the noggin that it can knock your contacts loose.
And they are going to send him off to the side for just a moment to get restarted.
So this will actually be a drop ball. There's no foul called. Cabezas will rest for just a moment. He'll probably run right back onto the pitch shortly. So Toros will play with a man down for the moment. And now Cabezas coming onto the pitch at the top of your screen. Sacramento with some quick passing along their back line. They'll get it to their midfielder, Lopez. They'll try to work it forward, but the Toros were ready for it. That's going to be a throw in for the Republic. Sosa will get it to Lopez. Rodrigo Lopez had a long and stellar career in the Liga Mexico before coming to the United States. Gonna chip this one all the way to the far side where it's going to be headed out of play by the Toros. We're in the 44th minute now here in the first half. You can see the Zona Naranja, the orange zone, right behind the Toros goal right there. That's where the drum sounds are coming from. Sosa lost control for a moment, gets it back, trying to feed Martinez. And now kicked out of play there by Icaza. It's been Republic with the majority of chances here in this first half, mostly because they've had the wind. That's going to be speared down by Derek. Off the chip by Rodrigo Lopez. So Sacramento may have had 45 minutes of good wind in their favor, may not have anything to show for it if they can't produce anything in the next minute and change. Toros with a chance now. Milesevic will give it to his back line to Cabezas. Now to Darce on the left side. Sacramento wins the ball. And a shot from distance. Another save made there by Derek. And we're going to have 4 minutes of added time here in this first half. 2 saves in the first half now for Derek. 4 minutes of added time. Donovan pops that up in the air. Now trying to get it to Martinez. Sosa was there first. Toros putting on a press here in the Sacramento end of the field. Trying to generate a turnover. Weren't quite able to do it. Sacramento going to have a throw in now. Got about 3 minutes left here in stoppage time. We've got a foul called. This will be a free kick here for Rio Grande Valley.
And Icaza was taken off of his feet there on the outline. Chance for a little bit of a breather and a restart here for the Toros, who have done a nice job of taking the best Sacramento Republic had to offer here in the first half, being up to the task defensively.
Oh my goodness, one of the Toro players going down hard. And the referee immediately calling for the trainer.
Looks like Vasquez.
Yeah, I think you'll see it was 2 Toro players actually colliding with their heads. You see it right there in the middle. Oh, Akwe. So this will add a little bit of time here to the end of the first half.
Vasquez and Akwe having a little conversation about whose ball that was playing in the air. You can't fault the effort. You love seeing 2 defenders that are willing to go after the ball, but you've got to also know where your teammates are. No sense in colliding with your own teammate, because that ball was going to favor the Toros no matter who went after it.
Vasquez from San Luis Obispo, California, played 2 years with the LA Galaxy 2 last year. 15 games were all starts. So brings a lot of experience to this Toros club. Back into action now. We're in the 48th minute. Probably have more than 4 minutes after that last injury. Here's Desmond. Now to LaCroix, who has plenty of space to work with. Viator has it kicked away from him. It'll be a throw in now for Sacramento. Toros with 3 players converging on Martinez, able to get the ball away from him. And booted up into safety. Frank Lopez trying to generate one more attack here for the Toros before they head to the locker room. Donovan wasn't going to have it. Was able to keep it alive and get it to his midfielder, Lopez. The Darce with it will play it into safety. Maybe 60 to 90 seconds left here in the half. LaCroix with it. Nice pass. Kicked away by Vasquez. Viator with it. Still trying to make something happen here, Sacramento. Try to generate one more attack while they have the wind in their favor. Toros not having it, not giving them any room to work with. And there we have the whistle, and we are at halftime here at HEB Park. No score between these two. A tight first half for Wilmer Cabrera's Toros and for the Sacramento Republic players under Coach Mark Briggs. Well, coming up, we're going to look at around the USL, see what's happening there. We'll have some halftime highlights and some halftime stats for you. All that coming up during halftime, which starts right now. You're watching USL Championship Soccer on ESPN+.
Today at Whataburger, we're cooking the Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich. We got 3 chicken strips topped with Whataburger's own buffalo sauce, a little bit of buttermilk ranch, 2 slices of Monterey Jack cheese. The combination is just right.
It's crunchy and then it's spicy and then it's cool. Your mouth is exploding with flavor.
It just all works together, and then you add the cheese in there.
It kind of wakes me up, honestly. My goodness. I could see myself getting this every time I come here.
They're gonna go crazy for this thing. The Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich. That's back, and it's only for a limited time.
DHR Health is now safer than ever and continues to remain focused on one thing: providing exceptional care to our patients and community. No other hospital is trying harder to keep you safe. We're taking every action to ensure your safety with enhanced precautions, including 3 off-site COVID-19 units. Your health should never wait. Don't delay your health care. There is no reason to. Schedule your appointment today. DHR Health. For you, for life.
Why choose Lone Star National Bank for your business? Because no other bank does more to support local businesses. In fact, we are the #1 lender in the Valley to small businesses. We put money to work here in our community.
That helps our local businesses grow.
Creating more jobs.
And more opportunities for all of us.
Working together.
Together.
We do what the little banks can't and the big banks won't. Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's bank.
Welcome back. No score yet on Bark at the Park night at HEB Park. Time now for our halftime report.
Special thanks.
it's Indy 11 taking the lead.
Great finish. Cue the smoke.
It's a goal for Orange County SC and their first of the season.
And that's full time. The old guard with a new trophy. Orange County wins the USL Championship final.
Team of the week.
Take a look at that team of the week. Plenty of shining stars. Player of the week came from the Phoenix Rising. That's Ben Lunt. Lunt recorded a 5-save shutout that included a stoppage time penalty kick save. The captain performance in which he produced a negative 1.54 goals against expected goals mark as Rising defeated New Mexico United 1-0 out at Wild Horse Pass. So look at the rest of your team of the week. One player from the two teams you're watching right now that made their way on to the team of the week on the bench, as that was Damia Viter for Sacramento, who made the team of the week. Former Toro player Juan Carlos Azocar for Oakland Roots also on that bench team. So congratulations to the Week 6 team of the week. 10 games in action across the USL this evening. A couple of those already having gone final, as New York Red Bulls 2 defeated tied Tampa Bay Rowdy. They went 1-1 on the draw there. Charlotte goes 1-1 with Louisville. Hartford falls 2-1 to Detroit City. Pittsburgh defeats Atlanta 4-0. You know what's going on right here between Rio Grande Valley and Sacramento. Also at the half, Colorado Springs has the 2-0 lead over Tulsa. And in the 26th minute, New Mexico United and San Antonio are knotted at 0-0. 3 games yet to go into action yet. Later this evening, El Paso is at Oakland, Las Vegas is at LA Galaxy 2, and Phoenix will be at Miami.
Yeah, Las Vegas will be the next opponent for Sacramento when they return next week, and we'll take a look at that schedule now. As you see the Republic playing host to the Las Vegas Lights, that'll be a pretty good matchup there, won't it, on April 30th?
Yeah, it should be a big performance as both teams try to kind of solidify themselves into that midpoint in the standings and perhaps position themselves for a playoff push should that momentum continue. And they've got New Mexico United before hitting the road to face New York Red Bulls 2 back home for Phoenix. And then a team that was on fire last season, El Paso Locomotive, on May 18th.
Yeah, 3 of the next 5 at home for Sacramento, so a chance for them to make a move. But how about the Toros?
Yeah, and the Toros have quite a bit ahead of them still. Get matchup with Orange County here at home to close out the month of April. And then for May, at Colorado Springs, at Monterey Bay. And then they'll come home for 2 against San Diego Loyal and San Antonio FC. A couple good performances there, and perhaps 9 or 10 points from those matchups could go a long way toward thrusting the Toros up the standings.
Yeah, and 4 of those 5 teams are teams doing very well in the standings right now. Monterey Bay, the exception. So it's going to be a tough hill to climb for the Toros to make some noise in that Group West in the next 5 weeks. How about a look at the standings right now in Group West? And we can see San Diego Loyal at the top.
Yeah, right at the top there. 8 matches played, 5-2-1. That's a pretty good mark. And the Colorado Springs just continuing to carry over that momentum from last season, 5-1, as is San Antonio FC. And when you really look at it, teams are playing really strong all the way 1 through 7. New Mexico United 2-1-2. It's a pretty good start through 5 games. They find themselves in the middle of the pack. But notice, not a lot really separating the bottom of the pack either. So LA Galaxy 2, Rio Grande Valley, Oakland, Orange County, a couple of good wins there, and they find themselves now just thrust up the standings. We're still very early in the season as teams are trying to shake out what their identity is offensively and defensively.
Yeah, you mentioned El Paso Locomotive, one of the strongest teams in the league last year, but a rather disappointing start this season.
Yeah, they've had some success early on. That's the kind of the struggle for them. They're getting goals like they did last season. What they're not getting is that defensive performance that propelled them to all that success. So if they can get that defense really kind of locked in, the Paso Locomotive could be rolling their way into the midseason.
All right, there's a look at your standings. And we're going to take a break. We're going to come back with some highlights and some stats for you. No score here at HEB Park, and USL Championship Soccer will continue on ESPN Plus after this.
When we said Reliant offers free flex days, we had something a little different in mind. Get the flexibility of free electricity on your 2 highest use days every week with the Reliant Truly Free Flex Days plan. That's up to 8 free days a month. So go on. What are you waiting for? We'll even upgrade your plan to solar. On us. Reliant. That's power. Your way.
DHR Health is now safer than ever and continues to remain focused on one thing: providing exceptional care to our patients and community. No other hospital is trying harder to keep you safe. We're taking every action to ensure your safety with enhanced precautions, including 3 off-site COVID-19 units. Your health should never wait. Don't delay your health care. There is no reason to. Schedule your appointment today. DHR Health. For you, for life.
Why choose Lone Star National Bank for your business? Because no other bank does more to support local businesses. In fact, we are the #1 lender in the Valley to small businesses. We put money to work here in our community.
That helps our local businesses grow.
Creating more jobs.
And more opportunities for all of us.
Working together.
Together.
We do what the little banks can't and the big banks won't. Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's bank.
Today at Whataburger, we're cooking the Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich. We got 3 chicken strips topped with Whataburger's own buffalo sauce, a little bit of buttermilk ranch, 2 slices of Monterey Jack cheese. The combination is just right.
It's crunchy and then it's spicy and then it's cool. Your mouth is exploding with flavor.
It just all works together, and then you add the cheese in there.
It kind of wakes me up, honestly. My goodness. I could see myself getting this every time I come here.
They're gonna go crazy for this thing. The Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich. That's back, and it's only for a limited time.
And welcome back to HEB Park. Time to take a look at the first half highlights. Brian, take us through it.
Plenty of bark, no bite, as we said in the first half here. Cedro Martinez drops that beautifully in. Milosevic, though, could not finish. Read beautifully by Vitello in net. Coming back the other way. Get a look here at Martinez on the free kick. Loops that one up. Vitello punches it out of the way. That was really the test Vitello faced. Coming back the other way. Take a look at these touches for Sacramento Republic. Viator puts that one up, headed just over the top of the bar. Nearly able to cook that one in. Where Archimedes, that one slips up again here. Look at this ball driving forward. Darcy a little slow to come forward. Martinez attacking. Not able to put it back through there. And there's another good look at Archimedes trying to make something happen right in front of the net. Shots favor Sacramento Republic in the first half by a pretty good margin there, 6-3. But look at the difference there in shots on target. Just 1 on target on each side. So Sacramento Republic had more opportunities. Weren't able to put any more on net, though, than the Toros. Possession did strongly favor Sacramento, though, 58% to 42%. No offsides in the early going, which tells you that both teams were very methodical in their passing. They weren't sending deep, allowing things to develop naturally. 2 yellow cards in the first half. That went against LaCroix and Martinez for Sacramento Republic. No red cards just yet. I think what really stood out to us watching the first half were how methodically both of these teams were just trying to pick that defense apart, taking opportunities when they presented themselves, but nobody really built anything of substance in the net there in the early going.
Yeah, and I find it odd that the possession so heavily favored Sacramento because the Rio Grande Valley normally comes in. They prefer to be the team that holds possession, and Sacramento came in with, I think, about 49% possession time. So that's a little bit askew right there that Sacramento is so heavily has the heavy advantage in that category right now.
It could be a testament to what both teams are trying to do here. Sacramento may have came in and said, if we're going to be successful, we can't let Rio Grande Valley sit over the ball. And if you're the Toros of Coach Cabrera, perhaps your argument was, well, we need to let Sacramento have the ball, let them tire themselves out trying to work through us. Let's focus on what we do well, which is our defense. Let's take control there and let something else build for the second half.
Yeah, and both teams pretty stout defensively. The Toros coming in, giving up just 7 goals in their 6 games played. Sacramento's given up 6 goals in 5 games played coming in. Neither one giving up a goal here tonight through one half of play. And that's where we are, just moments away from the second half. We see the Toros players out there on the pitch getting ready for this second half. Toros will have the wind to start this second half as well, so that might change the dynamic a little bit. And what are some... I know earlier this week, Brian, we had the U.S. Open Cup for a number of teams, didn't we? But not many of them did well.
Yeah, 8 matches for the USL teams in the U.S. Open Cup. Only 2 came with victories. That was Detroit City and Sacramento Republic. 6 other teams came up just short. The Toros, Miami FC, Pittsburgh, Birmingham, FC Tulsa, and San Diego Loyal. So the USL Championship went 2-6 in Week 3. Just 2 teams will advance forward, that being Detroit City and Sacramento Republic. But all things being said, that's a pretty good showing for the USL because you're playing against the best teams in the United States. Clubs from MLS, clubs from USL League One, these clubs from the USL Championship. So it's a nice chance to get out there and stretch those legs and just show how competitive the USL can be with 2 teams now moving on to the 4th round.
And by the way, we saw a substitution there. Robert Coronado coming out of the game. It'll be Stefan Mueller coming in as a defender. Mueller, 26 years old, out of New York City. And we're underway in the second half. Teams have switched in, so the Toros in blue, now going from right to left. Sacramento from left to right in the maroon and white. Both teams looking for the full 3 points here tonight. So we see Mueller on the left side. We'll play it back to Nodarcy. And we were talking about the U.S. Open Cup and a chance there for Lopez, but Vitalo at the top of his box able to corral it. And I think there's some good news for Sacramento fans. They're going to be getting a new stadium. Saw them unveil stadium plans, I think, just last week or so. It's going to be a 12 to 15,000 seat downtown facility. I know they look forward to that. Sosa with it here. Sending it forward, intended for Archimedes. And one of the Toro players shaken up.
It's Nodarcy and Archimedes. They collide. Nodarcy tries to push forward and keep that attack going. Another look at the replay right here. Let's try to slip that one through. That's on the foot of Nodarcy, and Archimedes steps through him. Try to keep that attack alive.
Yes, he was playing that ball up forward. So it'll be 7 fouls now in the game on Sacramento. It's actually a little bit less than what they usually pick up, as they were averaging about 8 fouls a half coming in. Rodrigo Lopez, the former Toro, played this back. Frank Lopez putting on some pressure here. Vitello will cross it over to the left side so that they can play it up near midfield. Toros being more aggressive here at the out the gate of the second half, which is understandable. They now have the wind at their backs. Toros throw in now. This goes to Lopez. Lopez, nice little back heel there, but Desmond on top of it got their head of Edetta and able to put that one into safety.
I think they're going to say offside. Edetta was beyond that last defender on the heel touch from Lopez, so that's going to lead to a free kick here for Vitello.
Yeah, you're right. It's first offside of the game. Had just a wee bit offside. The Toros immediately trying to regain control here, and this is Donovan with it for Sacramento. They'll play it into touch, and it'll be a throw-in for the Toros. Lopez, one touches it forward. Defense was ready, though. That was Viator was there. They'll kick it out. It'll be another Toros throw in here, the early going of the second half. Toros at home next week. They'll be facing the last year's champions, Orange County. Be a 7:30 kickoff Central Time right here at HEB Park. And Sacramento returning home. They'll be taking on the Las Vegas Lights. The Lights were pretty dim last year. but this year are one of the stronger teams in the league. So we see Vitello come out to smother this one. Lopez and Desmond vying for the ball. Desmond wins that duel. Now to Cuello. Cuello trying to get around to Darce. Goes out of play. It'll be Sacramento's throw in. Both these teams pretty good at winning duels. They're both very aggressive. The Republic has 8 players with 20 or more duels won this season. Toros have 7. Led by Ricky Ruiz with 37. We haven't seen Ruiz tonight. He did not draw the start. We haven't seen Borchek either, and that was a bit of a surprise. Edeta drew just his second start of the season at forward.
Coach Wilmer Cabrera still tweaking on this lineup, trying to make sure he puts his best kit set forward. This team is really trying to gain some momentum after a slow start to USL play.
Yeah, Toros just winning 2 of their first 6 matches. They split 2 U.S. Open Cup matches. And the ball goes out of play, and this will be a corner kick now for the visiting team. Second corner of the match for Sacramento. Comes in the 51st minute. They're going to put 5 players in the box. And it comes out up top. This is Viator. Shoots, and it's over the bar.
That was drawn up really well for Sacramento. You had all of that focus on the 5 guys crashing on the net, and they come a little bit shallow to Viator and allow him to drive forward, plant that foot and drive, and he just pushed that a little bit high into the wind. That was drawn up for a really nice opportunity.
You had a lot of guys in position for a rebound as well, with the shot just going over the bar. It's aiming for that far corner. Lopez, meanwhile, will feed Isidro Martinez. Martinez trying to get turned. Ends up taking a kind of a peck in the beak there. The Toro players arguing that it should have been an elbow. Oh, and it's going to be Martinez getting the yellow card. Or is it 2 yellow cards? I think it is 2 yellow cards. 1 on each team.
And Martinez was quite literally hanging on the defender. You see it there. He's got 2 hands on his hips, and he's pulling back on him. And then coming away, Felipe just got his arms flailing and just kind of catches Martinez right in the jaw with that elbow. I think that's probably the right call to make.
Yeah, that's why what they called there, Luis Felipe picking up his 2nd yellow of the season for Sacramento. And we have our first yellow of the game on a Toros player. That was Isidro Martinez. That's his 3rd of the year.
Yeah, the argument to be made there about why Martinez needed that yellow, he's not in any place to catch that elbow if he's not literally holding the hips of Felipe and pulling him in. So if he's playing aggressive defense but not literally clinging to Felipe, he's not really in a spot where he's going to catch any of those elbows. It's not like Felipe was throwing elbows behind him. He's just trying to clear space and run. And Martinez is hanging out right there on his back.
Yeah, it was a good call by the officials. We see, looks like Archimedes upended by Nodarce. Nodarce with the throw in, or he's going to concede that to his teammate and see what the Toros can do from here as we take another look at it.
Yeah, definitely off of Sacramento there. Nodarce does a nice job of getting to the spot and then just blocking Archimedes so he can't get to that ball to keep it in.
Icazo is fighting for it, won by Felipe. And he'll slice this one forward to Douglas Martinez. Martinez will cross it inside. There's a chance. Shot blocked in front. And Martinez able to clear it out for the Toros. Golden opportunity there for Sacramento. That was Viator. who almost put it home. Martinez there with the block in front. That keeps it knotted at 0-0. That goes out of play. Be a goal kick here for the home team. Toros with 1 win and 2 losses at home this year, as we take another look at that last sequence.
I mean, that was laced beautifully by Martinez. The Viator just steps into an Aquay Martinez collapsing claw there. That ball not able to get through. Martinez able to clear it away.
55th minute now. No score as yet. Shots on goal favoring Sacramento 2-1. Oh, there we see one of the furry fans in the crowd. Bark at the Park night. Having a good time at the park. Martinez tried to chip it over Vasquez. Couldn't do so. So Sacramento will have to throw it in on the near side. So Lopez turns around. Icaza got a head on that one, but it still finds its way to the foot of Martinez. Martinez will edge it forward for his teammate Cuello. Inside, it's knocked down. Oh, nice sliding effort there by Archimedes.
He just attacked that beautifully and got down to prevent Mueller from being able to drive that one forward. Talk about a heads-up play, and he had a full head of steam. I mean, that was a very calculated slide and timed it beautifully.
We've got another whistle near midfield. This is going to be a free kick here for Sacramento.
And Kaza climbing over the top of Felipe there as Felipe lost his footing trying to come for that ball, and Kaza just climbed up his back.
Martinez throws that in. Goes to the foot of Mueller. Oh, a nice little steal there by Felipe. Is going to send it in toward the net. Derek is out there. Didn't know if anyone was behind him, so he just did everything he could to get a touch on that. One of his teammates actually was able to save it from going out to concede a corner kick. Sacramento not done. Here comes into the box, and a diving attempt there by Derek. Quickly gets up. Here's a shot by Cuellar, and it goes out of play. Or Cuello, excuse me. Cuello from Argentina is able to win a corner kick here for Sacramento.
Toros living dangerously defensively now. Look at what Sacramento Republic is building. They are just peppering the box with opportunities right here. Before that one mercifully goes out now, and we'll get a goal kick for Tyler Derrick and a chance to push the defense back the other way and give himself some breathing room.
See Derrick taking his time here to set this up. This kick's getting a lot more range here in this second half with the wind at his back. Cuello will play this forward. This is Sosa inside. It's knocked down by Aquay and then cleared out for the moment by Vasquez. Sacramento trying to set up again, but it's stolen back by the Toros. Long pass down to Lopez, and offside flag was up. The second offside here in the second half on the Toros. Sacramento quickly gets it back into play. A big heavy touch there, and the Toros will dodge another bullet there. Viator had an opportunity there, but too heavy a touch and was never able to generate a shot. And looks like we're going to see a man we were just mentioning a moment ago.
Yeah, Borchek's going to come in. Duilio Herrera will get a rest. So now in the 59th minute, so about 64 minutes of playing time for the 17-year-old in this one. And now with fresh legs, Dylan Borchek comes in and see if he can put a spark to this sputtering offense.
So Mueller and Borchek have subbed in the second half for the Toros. 59th minute now, no score as yet. And Borchak can add a little more offensive punch, can't he?
Yeah, he has got some spectacular ball skills with the ball at his feet, and he's a nice addition to Frank Lopez. Lopez, very much kind of a downhill runner. He runs with a lot of power, a lot of speed. Borchak, a little more crafty with the ball at his feet, so it changes what the defense has to do. And again, look at that ball fake from Borchak.
Did a nice move there. Is able to win a free kick, and it's going to be a yellow card on Sosa.
It definitely changes how the defense approaches attacks here for the Toros, because you've got to respect just the power and force of Frank Lopez, but then Borchak right there will blow right around you, and Sosa gets a handful of jersey and just pulls him back.
It's like one of those defensive backs in American football. You see, when he knows he's going to get beat for the touchdown, they'll just grab the jersey. Sosa not even arguing that. So a golden opportunity here for the Toros here in the early part of the second half. Icaza standing over the ball, as is Ricky Ruiz. We mentioned him earlier. He's also subbed in now. Going to be a two-man wall. Ruiz will run over it. Icaza will chip it into the box. Little too far. Nadarse was the closest man to it. Also the tallest in that area for the Toros. But this will be a goal kick now for Sacramento.
And Vitello not wasting any time to get that one back into play. So the Sacramento Republic team wants to get out and they want to run.
See Kaza trying to settle under this one. Now they'll get it to Ruiz, and Ruiz picks up a quick foul. Another free kick here for the Toros. Ruiz, who's out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, played with the Chattanooga Red Wolves last year. Here's a chance. It's chipped inside by Mueller, and there's a shot from up top, and it's a goal! The top of the area, and the Toros on top, 1-0 here in the second half.
Milesevic just taking that rebound and saying that's going to be some quick points for the Toros. Standing right there, the ball bouncing in the box. Milesevic attacks. He's hungry, and he feeds the back of the net.
That was pretty. Milesevic's first goal of the year, and it comes here in the midway second half to put the Toros up 1-0.
And look at this ball just bouncing. Milesevic just attacks. And Vitello puts a nice attempt at this, reaches up, tries to punch that away. He just can't get there. That placed beautifully by Milesevic, and look at the hunger. He says, give it to me. Come on, come on. What a spectacular attack there for the Toros.
And Milesevic's first goal of the year, I believe Mueller got an assist on that. And in the 61st minute, it's the Toros up 1-0. Yeah, that was off a half volley there, too. A lot of times you see that sky over the goal. And a good job by Milesevic to keep that down. So we see Frank Lopez shaken up now, holding his right ankle. Another look at the injury. There's a collision with Rodrigo Lopez.
I believe Rodrigo Lopez is going to get the card in this one. Frank Lopez got to the ball first. Rodrigo Lopez just comes into the feet trying to break that one up.
Yep, yellow card on Sacramento.
So another restart here for the Toros, a little bit beyond midfield. Another opportunity to make something happen here.
Looks like Frank Lopez is, looks like he's feeling okay as he gets in position to receive this free kick. He's standing at the top of the arc in front of the Sacramento bench, or Sacramento box. Cabeza standing over the ball, looking at his options. And instead he'll play it back. Darce will play it further back to the center back. It's Cabezas, or rather Vasquez. And then it gets played forward. Felipe Pops it back to Donovan at the center back spot. Now Toros send it ahead to Frank Lopez. Got options to his left. But no, I think the offside flag had come up. Sacramento trying to counter quickly here. Still trying to find that seam in the Toros' defense. They can't find it here in the second half. And the Toros on the counterattack now. They get it to Borchek. Borchek with the fresh legs. Tried to turn on the pace a little bit to squeeze between two defenders. Sosa able to win the ball from him. So a lot of pressing here by the Toros. Trying to win this ball back, and they do. This is Mueller with it. Assisted on the last goal. Now finds Ikaza, looking into the box. He'll send this one too far, and it'll be a goal kick. Another substitution coming on, this time by Sacramento.
And Jack Gurr will come in. He'll replace Souza. So Souza gets about 70 minutes of playing time in this one. He'll get a rest. And the 5'8" Englishman, Jack Gurr, is going to come into this one. He's done a pretty good job defensively on the year. 13 interceptions. He's won 27 duels.
Yeah, 8 fouls conceded.
He may line up really well. That may be an exact reaction to having Borchek in there, is you're going to get somebody with Borchek's skill set to go in to try to match him one-on-one.
Yeah, and those 13 intercepts you mentioned, that's the team high for the Republic. 66th minute now. Sacramento coming back with it. Got some space to work with. Viator able to turn around. Viator to the left side now, has some space, but the offside flag has come up. First time we've seen that flag come up for Sacramento today.
And no offsides on either side in the first half, and now 3 against the Toros and 1 against Sacramento here in the second half. So you see the urgency starting to build on both teams offensively. They're taking some chances you didn't see early on.
Seemed like in the first half, both teams just maybe wanted to keep it close and not let a mistake cause them to fall behind. As Ikaza plays it up forward. Trying to get it to Borchek, couldn't quite get there. It'll be Sacramento's throw in. One 0 our score after a goal by Milesevic, his first of the year. Put the Toros up 1-0. And here's an intercept by Milesevic. Young forward out of Montenegro. Ball played forward by Cabezas, and then headed by the defender, Gurr, back to the arms of Vitello. Here's Donovan racing ahead for Sacramento. Facing some pressure. He'll get it to Lopez. Lopez, long pass left side. Nobody there racing ahead for the Republic, and so Tyler Derrick will come out to spear that one down. He's going to force the defense to come all the way over to him. It's little time-wasting tactics there. 1-0 the score. Toros in front. I know we were giving out some of the scores earlier, Brian. I think Dane Kelly for Pittsburgh had a couple of goals in their 4-0 win for the Riverhounds today. USL Championships all-time leading scorer. Throw in by Mueller. Borchek able to send it forward. And now we're going to have another free kick here in a dangerous position for the Toros. 10 fouls now in the game on Sacramento, with just 5 against the Rio Grande Valley team. Coach Cabrera, in his second year as head coach of the Toros. Saw him looking on, former Colombian national team player.
A lot of contact there from Donovan.
This is Ikaza Going to send it into the box. Vitello comes out, able to get a paw on it. Then a return chip. Ikaza with it, sends it into the box again, and it's sent out of play. I think some of the Sacramento players were claiming a handball by one of the Toro players in the box. Let's take another look here. Oh, no, went off the knee. And Ikaza again. And then Felipe able to punch that one clear.
Yeah, great defensive turn there for Sacramento. As we saw very early on, the goal from Milosevic was off of a bouncing rebound in front of the box. Republic does a nice job of staying in front of that and making sure there's no easy rebounds to put back in.
Here's Gurr with it, just came onto the pitch. Tried to do a little give and go with Martinez, but Borchek able to chest that down. Ball will go out of play, and this is going to be a booking now for the Toros.
Going to go against Mueller. So he puts a really hard hip check there on Gurr, who was just trying to push the ball forward.
So 2 players have gone into the books for the Toros compared to 5 for Sacramento. You see the collision there between Mueller and Gurr.
And Gurr immediately asking for the card. See, he puts that hand up. Can I have one? Can I? And he said, yeah, you can have a card.
Either he's asking for a light or he's asking for a card. Well, he has his fingers there.
Can I have the check?
Ready for the check. And here's Lopez. One man in the wall. Looks like Borchek. Borchek just 22 years old, out of Detroit. Played at Oakland University in Michigan. Was a Horizon Player of the Year last year. 71st minute now at HEB Park. 1-0 the score. Toros on top. Sacramento looking for the equalizer. Lopez will chip this one in. It gets in front, and it's in the back of the net. And we are tied up. That was Donovan who got in there. And there was a goal mouth scramble. It ends up in the net. A little bit of temperatures flaring just a wee bit here. It appears we're going to be tied up at 1.
What a spectacular job. Again, rebounds are the key. See LaCroix and Derek having a conversation with the official. So LaCroix was laying at the feet of Derek, and they get tangled up after that goal. Again, Sacramento taking advantage of a bouncing ball in the box. There's no scarier thing for a keeper or for a defender than that ball to be just loose in the box. Placed really well by Rodrigo Lopez. That drops down. Akwe couldn't play it away, ends up leaving it low. And Sacramento just drives it forward.
We've got a couple of substitutions being made now. We're tied at 1 with just over 20 minutes to play. Now, what do you do if you're Sacramento here? You've got about 20 minutes left. You're in a tied game. Do you play for the draw at this point, or do you maybe make a sub where you can maybe get that game winner?
I think you play for the win at this point, especially with the success that they have had. Still looking for their first road win of the year. You've now got the momentum. You came back and got the goal. So now can you take that momentum and take it one step forward and lead it to a win? I think it's possible, especially with fresh legs out there on the pitch.
So I believe that's 5 subs now for Sacramento. They'll be out. We're in a 1-1 game. Both teams scoring here in this second half. In fact, both teams scoring in the last less than 15 minutes. Might be 1 or 2 more before we are done.
Think about it too, Mark. Each of the goals in this one have come off of a penalty and a yellow card. So a yellow card sets up a free kick that leads to the goal.
Had 7 bookings tonight. 5 of them on Sacramento and 2 on the Toros. We're approaching the last 15 minutes. Toros have scored twice in the last 15 this season already, but they've given up 3 goals in the last 15 minutes. So it could be a wild last 15 as we see this into the box. It's headed away. There's a chance here. And it's kicked away by Ricky Ruiz. Good job of recovery there by Ruiz to get in position there to prevent any kind of attempt at the Toros' goal. Sacramento still with possession. Couple new players in there. Number 10, Zico Lewis out of Bermuda. He's a forward. And number 7, Kiko. This goes by the singular name. He's from Spain. Cross into the box, and Derek is on, rising to the occasion for that one. Zaborczak with it. All the way back to the captain, Vasquez. That'll be a goal kick now for Vitello and the Sacramento Republic. Played back to Vitello. A lot of pressing here by the Toros here. So we've reached the last 15. Tied at 1. Goes to the feet of Akwe. Is able to get the turn and send it up the pitch. This comes back down toward Akwe. He'll let it go out for a throw-in.
Another substitution now. So Toros are going to bring in Juan Pablo Torres. He's going to give a rest to Akwe. So Akwe out, Juan Pablo Torres in for the Toros. So they try to again get some fresh legs out there on the pitch and see if that can make the difference in this 1-1 tie. And a difference between 3 points and just 1 point.
Yeah, both teams could certainly use all three. We saw Sacramento with those last 2 substitutes putting in 2 forwards, hoping to generate more offensive spark to get that game winner in the last 20, now the last 15. Toros throw it into Lopez. Now it's to Ikaza. Ikaza with some space to work with on the left. So I'll try the overlap. Mueller's going to put it into the box. Vitello's there. No one challenging him. He's able to pull that one down. By the way, these 2 teams will meet one more time in the regular season. That'll be in Sacramento, California on August the 6th. That's Saturday. See a slide there by Cuello. And this will be a goal kick here for the Toros here in the minute 78.
A couple of Toros were looking for either a foul or a card there. As Cuello took the legs out from under Vasquez. Referee says, no, we'll just give you the goal kick there to get it restarted.
There's Lopez with it, with some space to work with. Chips it all the way to the far side. Borczak missed it at first, but had the speed to recover the ball. Now trying to cross it. Goes off the leg of Gurr. There'll be a throw in here for the Toros. It goes into the box, popped up in the air. Borczak was trying to gain control of it. It's Juan Pablo Torres who sent that into the box initially. Now this is going to be Toros ball.
Yeah, no, Darce just gets taken to the pitch. So the foul will give the Toros a restart. They immediately are back to action. Neither one of these teams is wanting to play it slow at this point. They are raring to go.
Yeah, both teams looking for the game winner here. Pablo Torres plays this back. Darce sends it forward to Mueller. Mueller's had some beautiful chips tonight. Elects to give it to Torres. Now crossover attack to the right. Some space, and they'll let it go. I think that was Martinez. That goes over the bar, and this will be a goal kick. That was Ruiz, actually. Ricky Ruiz, the nice hard shot with his left foot.
Not afraid to uncork a pretty good strike there. And again, just a little bit high and wide to the left. But you got to force that defense to respect you from long distance, because if you can do that, you give yourself, again, more room to operate. And operating space is exactly what you need when you're trying to get that winner.
Yeah, next time, if he's in that situation again, maybe he fakes the shot, draws the defense toward him, which opens up the back, and then he can slide something through for somebody else to run onto. Always got that little bit of the chess match nature going on. Move and counter move. Vitello can't pick it up because it was a back pass. But a little bit of trouble there as he sends it up the pitch.
That's going to belong to the Toros. It looked like Sacramento Republic thought that was off the foot of a Toro. Officials say no.
Actually, yeah, it might have been a foul called as well. Looks like the Toros will have the free kick over there here in the 81st minute. Toros taking their time. They're going to bring some numbers forward. Like the Toros will have 8 players near the box. This is Milesevic, the goal scorer for the Toros. Says this one deep, and a little too deep. It's going to be a goal kick.
Yeah, that was wind aided. Carried a little further than Milesevic wanted it to. He was trying to drop that in about 3 or 4 yards out of the net and give someone a chance to drive. But once that was up in the jet stream, he was on a jet plane headed to Georgia.
It's a chance now for Sacramento. They're looking for a game winner as well. An attempted cross is going to be smothered there by Derek. Derek will quickly get it back into play. Finds Milesevic. And now Ikaza with it. Go over to the left side to Darce. Now to Mueller. Mueller, second half substitute. It's knocked down from behind. This is going to be a free kick in a dangerous spot for the Toros.
Again, fouls always hurt you, especially late in the second half. And again, free kick opportunity here as Lewis just a little too aggressive for no real reason there. Mueller was not about to turn a corner or make anything all that dramatic happen, but he steps in there and picks up the foul.
Lewis out of Bermuda. Zikaza has been taking the free kicks in these positions here tonight. Ruiz also down there. Zikaza could put a nice in-swinger in there. Ruiz an outswinger. It's going to be Ikaza. Keeper comes out and has that one as Vitello. Read that one well. 83rd minute now. Sacramento begins their attack. They've got 5-on-4 here. And a nice job there getting the ball. Winning that duel is Milesevic. Little one-on-one battle with Kiko. Now Mueller, pass inside. Goes back to Nadarse. Both teams looking for that game winner. It's kind of a precarious situation. You've only got 10 minutes and change left. You want to get the game winner, but you don't want to give up the game winner to the other side. Gurr runs onto it, plays it back to his keeper. Oh, and a wicked collision there between two players. It's Archimede for Sacramento.
I think maybe Kaza for the Toros. That was played back in. That's just two guys going headstrong for the ball, and that is a big-time collision. Hate to see that happen. I don't think either player did anything wrong in the situation. That is just a very quick heads-up play. And Archimedes, the much bigger of the two, just lays a lick on Ikaza.
See, the ball was headed over in that area by Lewis. Then, yeah, both players running full speed. Archimedes really on a dead sprint.
Substitution now for Sacramento as they are going to bring in both LaGrassa and Hargreaves.
Yeah, Rafael Haragui out of Rancho Cordova, California, one of the 7 California players on the Sacramento team. And Rodrigo Lopez, crowd favorite, is coming out.
Baseline LaGrassa. So substitutions continue here in the second half as both of these teams just putting plenty of fresh legs on the pitch. They can smell 3 points.
Yeah, both teams out of subs now. Sacramento making their last 2. Matt LaGrassa, you mentioned, came in. He's out. He's another Californian out of Elk Grove, California, 29 years old. The fans in the Zona Naranja in full force, playing their percussion instruments. Sacramento will have the throw in here in minute 86.
About 4.5 minutes left in regulation. We're going to get some stoppage time added at the end as well. So plenty of time still to make something happen here. So neither team has any opportunity to let up. They've got to drive.
Long pass intended for Frank Lopez goes out of play. This will be a goal kick here for the Republic. Tied at 1 here on Bark at the Park night. Fans getting the opportunity to bring their pet pooch to the ballpark.
They're furry fanatic.
Furry fanatics. This goes into the area. Lopez is there, able to chest it down, trying to get turned. Finds Borchek. Now back to Lopez. Lopez now able to get turned. Can he get a shot? There he does. Whoa, what a big save there by Vitello. Vitello comes up huge here in the 87th minute as Lopez able to manufacture a big shot there from about 24 yards out.
That was a really crafty attack, too, by Lopez. You don't think of him as being all that evasive with the ball at his feet, but he did a nice job of dribbling himself into a scoring position.
Vitello had good position, was able to make the big save. Ruiz sends this one in. Sacramento gaining control. 88th minute now. Will we see the game winner? Nodarse coming forward from his left back spot. Sliding tackle there by Gurr. Gurr, I think, feels that Nodarse touched it last, but it's going to be a throw in here for the Toros.
And he really thought he slid that off of Nodarse. Officials see it differently. Let's look at that attack by Lopez, and look at that little fake, and the drive was right on the spot. Had Vitello not read that so well, that's probably the game winner.
Yeah, Vitello coming out to the edge of his 6-yard box, making a great save there. Ball comes into the box. Toros with a chance. Milicevic from distance is just wide. He had the first goal for the Toros tonight. Milicevic had come in kind of quiet, had only 1 shot before this evening, despite having started 4 games. But able to get a second shot tonight, and that was in the back of the net. Third shot just a moment ago was wide. 89th minute now. We'll probably expect anywhere from 4 to 5 minutes of stoppage. There's Mr. Toro having a good time. I guess he's not intimidated by all those dogs running around. He's the big guy. Substitution here. Ricketts coming in.
Substitution
hear the fans cheering and everything. I think it's because the ball went into the stands and the fan wanted to keep the ball as a souvenir. They started booing when they said, no, you have to return it. Maybe they'll give him a T-shirt or something. 90th minute now. Ball played ahead. Ruiz there, but Vitello able to go up and grab that one.
Takes it to the ground. That's what you want to see from your keeper, especially in traffic. If he leaves that ball out loose, he could drop it, and that could lead to a really unfortunate scoring opportunity.
90th minute now. (1-1) our score, and we got another player shaken up. This is Keko. Came onto the pitch as a second half stub about 10 minutes ago in a collision there with Vasquez. Watch, he catches a knee right into the thigh area. And this will be a free kick in a dangerous spot here for Sacramento. 7th foul of the evening on the Toros. You can see you're going to be 4 minutes of added time. Now Lopez was their free kick specialist. He's off the pitch now. So it looks like it's going to be Gurr to take this. Gurr, the Englishman. Same home country as his coach, Mark Briggs, also from England. Gurr's going to send this one low into the area. Had a man running onto it. That was Donovan. Donovan scored their earlier goal, but unable to catch up to that one. Toros will quickly put this back into play. Lopez running after it, but it's a little too far for him, and Vitello will come out for it. Already in injury time here with about 3 minutes to go. Both teams looking for that game winner. We're tied at 1. Milosevic scored for the Toros. Here the Toros get a steal, send this into the area, loose ball, and it's in the back of the net. It's Borchek. Borchek with the potential game winner here in stoppage time, and it's a 2-1 lead for the Toros.
Again, rebounds come back to plague the defense, and Borchek, right place, right time. We said he's crafty with the ball at his feet, and take a look at this. Bouncing ball in the box, and Borchek says, whoop, goal, and that could be your game winner. Another bouncing ball finds its way into the net.
I think that's Juan Pablo Torres who sent that one through. Lopez was there close. It was popped over him. And Borchek, I mean, what an adjustment to the ball in the air to volley that one home for what could be the game winner here. It's a 2-1 lead here for the Toros.
And what a deflating goal if you're Sacramento Republic. You were down 1-0, you came back, you took control. You see it in Vitello's face right there. You had played a spectacular last 10 or 15 minutes of the second half. You had gained control. It looked like you were going to come away with at least 1 point, perhaps even 3. And then the Toros just come rearing back with an excellent scoring opportunity in the box.
So now the Toros just need to think about defense. And mind you, neither team has a sub left, so Sacramento cannot sub on any more fresh players. A little over a minute to go. This is Lewis working against 3 defenders. Lewis doing a good job there, able to generate something toward the net, but Derek able to smother that one.
Now a chance to check his glove, check his shoes, examine the ball, make sure it's got enough air in it.
Long pass. It's Lopez running onto it, unable to catch up to it. He would have loved to have caught up with that and just simply played keep away over there in that corner.
I think that's actually going to lead to a Toros corner. That may have been touched by the Republic.
By Gurr? Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, judging by their body language. Looks like it may have been last touched by Gurr.
You see Lopez tells his teammates, get into position far, far away from where I'm standing. We're about to put a serious boot into this.
That was all the ruse, apparently. Toros focused on burning some time here. So the Toros up 2-1 here over Sacramento. We're past 4 minutes of added time. So Sacramento, maybe just one more attempt to get an attack. And Toros are just simply going to play keep away here. We saw Lopez getting knocked down and able to win another corner kick. It's really tough for teams in that area, isn't it? And there's the whistle, and that's it. The Toros have won it, and that man right there, Borchek, our man of the match, who else could it be, scores the game winner in the 92nd minute, and the Toros win it here today, 2-1.
And no bigger goal in the game, and perhaps no bigger goal tonight in the USL. Borchek in the final minute of stoppage time with all of that pressure just mounting, the game on the line. And the young man has the fortitude and the composure to drive that into the back of the net in traffic. What a spectacular outcome.
All right, we're going to have some highlights and stats for you in just a moment. But right now you're watching the USL Championship on ESPN+.
DHR Health is now safer than ever and continues to remain focused on one thing: providing exceptional care to our patients and community. No other hospital is trying harder to keep you safe. We're taking every action to ensure your safety with enhanced precautions, including 3 off-site COVID-19 units. Your health should never wait. Don't delay your health care. There is no reason to. Schedule your appointment today. DHR Health. For you, for life.
Why choose Lone Star National Bank for your business? Because no other bank does more to support local businesses. In fact, we are the #1 lender in the Valley to small businesses. We put money to work here in our community.
That helps our local businesses grow.
Creating more jobs.
And more opportunities for all of us.
Working together.
Together.
We do what the little banks can't and the big banks won't. Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's bank.
And we're back 2-1. The Toros get a late winner. Let's take a look at some highlights, Brian.
And plenty of scoring here in the second half. You get a look right here at Cedric Martinez. Beautiful cross, bouncing ball. Can't find the net, though. Milesevic challenging, can't get the drive. Another opportunity there. Vitello punches it away. This is all in the first half. Coming back the other way, Sacramento Republic tries to bounce one through, cleared out by the Toros. Vader does a nice job of pushing that one to Archimedes, but he floats that over the back of the net. We were 0-0 at the half. Second half, a little different story. Bouncing ball here. Nodarse runs it to the edge before it being sent out wide. Archimedes takes a strike here, but Tyler Derrick up to the challenge. Takes that one all the way to the turf. Another boot here for Sacramento, but they can't get a clean boot on as Cedric Martinez clears it out of the way. And a look at Cuello trying to push that one in. Bouncing ball just a little bit wide. Bouncing ball there, Milesevic. That's your first goal as he drives that one on the deflected rebound right into the back of the net. That put the Toros up 1-0 early in the second half. See, he's pretty excited about it, as were his teammates. Back the other way, though. Response right here by Sacramento. As you see a driving kick there from Donovan into the back of the net. Right place, right time, right rebound. That had us tied at 1-1 all the way into stoppage time, but not the last goal we're going to see. Frank Lopez nearly gets one here, just deflected away by Vitello. See the look on Lopez's face. He knew he had an opportunity. Ricketts sending forward now for the Toros. Sends the cross into the middle, bouncing ball, and Borchek finds the corner of the net. Another look at the angle on that. That's your game winner. Dylan Borchek comes up with ice in his veins in stoppage time for the 2-1 victory. First half, second half, complete half stats in this one. You know the final score, Toros with the 2-1 victory. Shots still favor Sacramento Republic, but not by nearly as wide of a margin. We saw in the first half, 10-7 shots on target favored the Toros. by a margin of 3-2. So 5 shots on goal between these two teams. 3 of those 5 found the back of the net. Possession leveled off a little bit more than what we saw in the first half. The Toros became more aggressive. 2 offsides, all in the second half on the Toros. 1 offside, that was also in the second half against Sacramento. And 7 combined yellow cards as these two teams were physical.
Yeah, and Borchak, congratulations, his 2nd goal of the season. Both of the spectacular variety, and the Toros win it tonight 2-1. Next game for Sacramento, they'll be at home next week on Saturday, taking on the Las Vegas Lights. Meanwhile, the Toros will be at home for the 2nd week in a row, taking on the league champion Orange County. That'll be a 7:30 kickoff right here at HEB Park next Saturday, April the 30th. So hope you enjoyed it. For Brian Smith, I'm Mark May, the rest of our USL broadcast crew. So long from HEB Park, where the Toros are 2-1 winners over Sacramento. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.